Hello and welcome to yet another edition of YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Nithimini De Silva.
Newsfirst headline.
IMF benchmark can't be changed, though many promise to do it, says President. The ICT pledges support to opposition leader Sajith Premadasa. From the Club Basanta murder incident, another suspect arrested. In news overseas, Hamas names YES101 as new overall leader. And in sports, Harrington retires after winning second Olympic gold. The news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe stressed that the benchmark set by the IMF cannot be changed, though many promise to do so. He expressed these views during a media briefing of media heads of news agencies.
Certain parties, they are making comments that they are going to change the IMF agreement and all these things. What's your view regarding the future of this program and what we have to do with the IMF and the international economic front process, especially during this period?
No, we have come to an agreement with the IMF and we have to implement it. If we implement it as we go along, there won't be a problem for Sri Lanka. Now others are coming up with various proposals that they want to change. Then they must tell what they are going to do. One thing about IMF is that the benchmarks will not be changed. They have never changed it for any country. Benchmarks are there. So for instance, you want to give something free from some place and you want to increase VAT to 25%. Well, if the numbers are agreeable, they will say yes. But you can't change the benchmarks and the revenue figures and the expenditure figures.
In more local news, an agreement between the faction led by MP Dayasiri Jayasekara pledging their support to presidential candidate opposition leader Sajith Premadasa was signed this morning. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa signed the agreement on behalf of the SJB, while Dayasiri Jayasekara signed the agreement on behalf of the faction led by him. Several MPs were also present for the event. In other local news, police have arrested an 11th suspect in connection with the murder of Surendra Vasantha Pereira, also known as Club Basanta, and another individual in Atharugiriya recently. The 36-year-old man was apprehended at the Valipana service area on the Southern Expressway. He is a resident of Darga town. According to police, the suspects were provided with a rented house and vehicle to facilitate their escape to the Atharugiriya after the attack. The getaway bus used by the suspects has also been recovered by authorities in Katharagama. 4 individuals were injured in the shooting incident that took place on the 8th of July.
International news.
After 2 days of lengthy negotiations in Doha, Hamas has named YES101 as its new overall chief, replacing Ismail Haniyeh, who was assassinated in Tehran last week. Since 2017, Sinwar has served as the group's leader inside the Gaza Strip. He will now become leader of its political wing. The Hamas leadership unanimously chose Sinwar to lead the movement, according to a senior Hamas official.
Sports news.
Ireland's Kelly Harrington made history by winning back-to-back Olympic gold medals with victory against China's Wenlu Yang in the women's 60kg final at Roland Garros. After the bout, Harrington said that would be the end of her boxing career and the start of her life chapter with her partner Mandy. In an atmosphere that felt more like Dublin than Paris, Harrington claimed a split 4-1 points decision over Yang. And with that, we wrap up this edition of YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Nithimini De Silva.